right, let's go. We are here for part 7 of the analysis or like the reading of the book Le Joueur d'échecs, written by Stefan Zweig. First part, I'm gonna read it in French as usual, and second part, we're gonna dissecate it and like analyze the structure, the grammatical structure a bit, and also get extra vocabulary. That's the most interesting part, I guess. L'illustre galerie des maîtres de l'échiquier comprenait jusqu'alors les types de haute intelligence les plus divers. Des philosophes, des mathématiciens, cerveaux imaginatifs et souvent créateurs. Pour la première fois, un personnage étranger au monde de l'esprit y figura désormais sous les traits de ce rustre lourdeau et taciturne, auquel les plus habiles journalistes ne parvinrent jamais à soutirer le moindre mot qui pût servir à leurs articles. Il est vrai qu'on se rattrapait largement en anecdotes sur son compte, car si la maîtrise de Tchentovitch était incontestable devant l'échiquier, il devenait, dès l'instant qu'il le quittait, un individu comique et presque grotesque, en dépit de son cérémonieux habit noir et de ses cravates pompeusement ornées d'une perle un peu voyante. Malgré ses mains soignées aux ongles laborieusement polis, il gardait les manières et le maintien d'un jeune paysan borné qui balayait autrefois la chambre du curé de son village. Avec un maladroit et impudent cynisme qui faisait tour à tour la joie et le scandale de ses collègues, il ne songeait qu'à tirer tout l'argent possible de son talent et de son renom. Sa cupidité ne reculait devant aucune mesquinerie, fût-ce la plus ordinaire. Il voyageait beaucoup, mais descendait toujours dans les hôtels de troisième ordre et acceptait de jouer dans les clubs les plus ignorés, pourvu qu'il touchât ses honoraires. On le vit sur une affiche faire la réclame de savon et, sans se soucier des moqueries de ses concurrents qui le savaient incapable d'écrire 3 phrases correctement, il vendit sa signature à un éditeur qui publiait une philosophie du jeu d'échecs. En réalité, l'ouvrage était écrit par un obscur étudiant de Galicie pour cet éditeur, habile homme d'affaires. Comme tous les têtus, Tchentovitch n'avait aucun sens du ridicule. Depuis qu'il était champion du monde, il se croyait le personnage le plus important de l'humanité, et la conscience qu'il avait de ses victoires sur des hommes intelligents, brillants causeurs et grands clercs en écriture, le fait tangible surtout qu'il gagnait plus gros qu'eux dans leur propre domaine, transformèrent sa timidité native en une froide présomption qu'il étalait souvent grossièrement. Alright, so now we're gonna see more in details what's going on in this text. So we're still talking, describing like the lifestyle and the situation and the personality of our protagonist. L'illustre galerie des maîtres de l'échiquier. Ici, galerie, c'est une image. C'est pas une galerie où il y a des photos. C'est pas. It's like it's a Hall of Fame or something. It's like the top players, basically. The top players of chess was made. Comprenait is to contain. So it was made of people of high intelligence, haute intelligence, les plus divers. All kind of very clever people. Comprenait jusqu'alors les types de haute intelligence les plus divers. Des philosophes, philosophers, des mathématiciens, mathematicians, cerveaux imaginatifs et souvent créateurs, imaginative and creative brains. Pour la première fois, un personnage étranger au monde de l'esprit, for the first time, someone like un personnage, a character. Étranger, c'est un étranger, a foreigner. Étranger, c'est that comes from outside. That comes from outside, le monde des esprits, the intellectuals. Il figura désormais sous les traits de ce rustre, lourdeau et taciturne. So there was a person now that was in this club, not in this club, but in this world, in this environment, and it's this person, rustre, lourdeau et taciturne. So taciturne and like a heavy behavior, like unbearable, auquel les plus habiles journalistes ne parvinrent jamais à soutirer le moindre mot qui pût servir à leur article. Auquel, so to that person, to our Tchentovitch, auquel les plus habiles journalistes, the most skilled journalists, ne parvinrent jamais, were never capable, were never able, de soutirer le moindre mot, to get a word from him, qui pût servir à leurs articles. that could help them write articles. So he was whether not answering to them or saying useless stuff. But I guess not answering, according to his personality. Alors, le vocabulaire ici, en haut à gauche. Rustre peut être traduit boorish et lourdeau, clumsy, fat ou heavy. It depends if they are talking about the personality or the physical aspect, but it's a bit of both. When you are lourdeau, il y a le mot lourd dedans. Heavy. Ok, très bien. Il est vrai qu'on se rattrapait largement en anecdotes sur son compte. The fact is that on se rattrape. Les journalistes se rattrapent. They manage to get value from the anecdotes about him. So they are not getting words from him, but there are so many anecdotes because he's special and his behavior is weird. So people are interested by that. So at least they can make money, they can make their business with that, the journalist. Car si la maîtrise de Tchentovic était incontestable devant l'échiquier, car si la maîtrise de Tchentovic était incontestable devant l'échiquier, so his mastery about chess was undeniable, incontestable. No one could say it was not real. Incontestable devant l'échiquier, so about chess in front of the chessboard, l'échiquier, so when he's playing. Il devenait dès l'instant qu'il le quittait. He became, as soon as he would leave this place, the board game, the chessboard, un individu comique et presque grotesque. Un individu comique, a comical, individual and almost grotesque. It exists in English, like ridiculous. En dépit de son cérémonieux habit noir et de ses cravates pompeusement ornées d'une perle un peu voyante. En dépit, in spite of or despite his ceremonious, like linked to religion, like very clean, very neat. Habit noir, black cloth, et de ses cravates, the ties, pompeusement ornées, pompously, c'est le même mot qu'en anglais, enfin c'est très similaire. Orné, adorn, il y a quelque chose dessus. Si c'est orné, quelque chose est attaché. It's attached to, and there is a pearl. Une perle, a pearl, un peu voyante, that you can see a bit. It's not a very tiny one. People can see it. He's showing off a bit with his pearl. Malgré ses mains soignées aux ongles laborieusement polis, again, malgré can be described as despite, translated to despite. Malgré ses mains soignées aux ongles laborieusement polis, ses mains soignées, like he took good care of his hands and the nails, les ongles sont laborieusement polis. He did a good work, he worked hard on having them polished. Nails laboriously polished. Il gardait les manières et le maintien du jeune paysan borné qui balayait autrefois la chambre du curé de son village. Il gardait les manières. He kept the manners, so the way he behaves, et le maintien, the posture, les manières et le maintien du jeune paysan borné, of the young peasant, the young stubborn peasant, qui balayait autrefois la chambre du curé de son village. Who was sweeping autrefois, back in the day, in the past, la chambre du curé de son village. The room of le curé, like the priest of the village. We mentioned it before, but now he's like a superstar and he's not doing that anymore. Avec un maladroit et impudent cynisme qui faisait tour à tour la joie et le scandale de ses collègues, with an impudent, I guess it exists in insolent, insolent, insolent or brazen, like disrespectful, un impudent cynisme, pardon. Ok. Qui faisait tour à tour, one after another, la joie et le scandale de ses collègues. La joie, the joy, et le scandale, scandals, de ses collègues. Collègues, ici, on va probablement parler, we're probably speaking about the other chess players. So, it creates joy, it creates scandals, and joy and scandals, tour à tour. one after another, turn after turn. Il ne songeait qu'à tirer tout l'argent possible de son talent et de son renom. Songer is like to think, or to muse, like to have an objective. Il ne songeait qu'à tirer. He was just trying to take as much money as he could from his talent and de son renom, his fame. Le renom. Quelqu'un de renommé, who's famous. Sa cupidité ne reculait devant aucune mesquinerie. His greed would never like back off, would never like feel threatened by any kind of mesquinerie, meanness or smallness. People could try anything, but he would never stop. He would remain the same all the time. Fût-ce la plus ordinaire, even the most ordinary one. Il voyageait beaucoup, mais descendait toujours dans les hôtels de troisième ordre. He traveled a lot, but he was always going to the cheapest, to the most random hotels. We could say in French like there is the first order, premier ordre, second order, troisième ordre. Like when we say a third world country, here it's a like third order hotel, I guess. Et acceptait de jouer dans les clubs les plus ignorés. And he accepted to play in the clubs that were completely ignored, so not famous, pourvu qu'il touchât ses honoraires, as long as he would get his money, honoraire. Toucher ses honoraires means to get paid, and it's only written in plural, ses honoraires, for this expression. On le vit sur une affiche faire la réclame d'un savon. We even saw him like on a poster, making advertisement for soap, et sans se soucier des moqueries de ses concurrents qui le savaient incapable d'écrire 3 phrases correctement. And he didn't care. Ne pas se soucier, not to care about. Des moqueries, people making fun of you. De ses concurrents, opponents like rivals, qui le savaient incapable d'écrire 3 phrases correctement. Who knew that he was incapable to write 3 sentences correctly, like he was bad at writing. And it's normal because maybe he never had the chance to study. Il vendit sa signature à un éditeur qui publiait une philosophie du jeu d'échecs. Il vendit sa signature. That's very interesting. In French, you can vendre ta signature. It's an expression, obviously. It's a saying. And si tu vends ta signature, if you sell your signature, it means that you sell your rights. Someone can write a book and say, oh, you wrote it. That's about that. So it's kind of a business. So if you do this, then someone's gonna write a book about, I don't know, teaching French and pretend I wrote it just to sell it. Because in this example, in this instance, they just want his name. They just want what he thinks about it. They don't even want the opinion. They just want the name, the fame that's related to the name, le renom in French. À un éditeur, to an editor who published, qui publiait une philosophie du jeu d'échecs. En réalité, l'ouvrage était écrit par un obscur étudiant de Galicie pour cet éditeur. In reality, l'ouvrage, like this piece of art, not piece of art, like this book, was written by an obscure student from Galicie. Obscure meaning here we don't know who he is and we don't even care actually. Obscure. For this editor, habile homme d'affaires, skilled businessman. L'éditeur, à nouveau, c'est un homme d'affaires. He knows he's gonna make money by doing this book. And he's a businessman. That's interesting. He's not even a chess player or anything. Maybe he plays chess on the side and maybe that's why he knows about Archentovich. But he's a businessman. Comme tous les têtus, like any stubborn person, Chentovich n'avait aucun sens du ridicule. He didn't even know what being ridiculous meant. So he didn't care. Depuis qu'il était champion du monde, since when he became a world champion in chess, il se croyait le personnage le plus important de l'humanité. He thought he was the most important character, individual in humanity. Et la conscience qu'il avait de ses victoires sur des hommes intelligents and the consciousness and like the approach he had about his victories against Clever men, des hommes intelligents. Brillants causeurs et grands clercs en littérature. Brillants causeurs, smart speakers. It's like those people who know everything about everything. Et grands clercs en écriture. There is more. Tac. Et grands clercs en écriture, like good writers, like experts. Le fait tangible, surtout qu'ils gagnaient plus gros qu'eux dans leur propre domaine, the tangible fact, so like the evidence, surtout qu'il gagnait plus gros qu'eux, especially that he was making more money, il gagnait plus gros, to make more. Make more money implied que dans leur propre domaine, in their own area, he was making more money playing chess than they were doing playing chess, because he was all the time playing in shady clubs just to make money, all the time playing. And against any opponent, as long as the opponent was paying, he was okay. Transformer sa timidité native, like his native timidity, the timidity he was born with, en une froide présomption qu'il étalait souvent grossièrement. In like a cold presumption that he was spreading very roughly. Grossièrement, it can also be like kind of in an insulting way. Il l'étalait. So it's an image. He was showing off again. So I hope you liked it. I didn't practice in a while, so that's why I got sometimes confused, losing my mind in the text. But I hope it was good. I hope you got new vocabulary. I will put the vocabulary in the comments as usual. And feel free again to like the video and stuff, and also to subscribe to the channel if it's not done, so you will get the extra episodes in a couple days. And also check the other content. Thank you very much for watching, and see you very soon. Bye bye. Take care.